What's going on? I've had a couple hit me up, wanting to know like how I decided for individual matchups, and then like maybe a little more in-depth explanation as to certain tech cards for Madolche. One thing I'm going to say, the deck that I built was clearly for that event during that part of the meta. Metas change like weekly, so like obviously I'm not playing my deck exactly the same today as I was then, but so I'm gonna start going into the side stuff. I still side 2 Meta Ions. You're gonna see some different stuff, but Meta Ion, this card, everyone really knows how to use it. Here's one thing. Don't just always side 2 for dragons. Obviously, so the game that I'm going second, like if I won game 1, game 2, because they can set up Draco first before I can get Gozen or Imperial set up, I side both Meta Ions in to try and clear that Draco out. However, whatever game I'm going first in, between 2 or 3, I only have 1 Meta Ion in. And then it's the converse for Thunder King. I've recently put it in. Thunder King, the other one's in my main, but whatever game I'm going first, I'm gonna put the other Thunder King in because it can stop them early. But whatever game I'm going second, obviously I'm not gonna put it in. I thought about losing one of the Meta Ions for that reason, but Evil Swarms. This card is so good against Evil Swarms. I always side both of them in because Evil Swarms, they're not really a problem matchup for me. I beat them really consistently, but I don't want to create a problem for them. One thing, I want to explain. I didn't want to lose her because I love this. This is one of the cards that I really love in this deck. Realistically, you don't have to side her. She is really good against any type of slow deck. Constellars, Evil Storms, even Samurais. She's good, better than Mufuli usually. But depending on the matchup. So I would side her in for that kind of stuff, Gravekeepers, because she's a 2,500 defense monster. But don't ever side this in against like Spellbooks or Dragon. What? Oh, sorry. Wish Chateau. Well, I knew that. The Kaikus, I feel like that's pretty obvious. The other ones in my main still, you're putting Kaiku against Spellbooks and Dragons. The other Kaiku needs to come out, like, against everything else, basically. But, like, it's worth having in the main for Chateau. This was not, like, a fluff choice. There is a reason I wasn't maining 2, and there's a reason I am siding the second. It is really not good against Spellbooks and Dragons, people. I could see an argument, I guess, for how it's good against Spellbooks, kind of. It's great against Evil Storms, though. And not just Evil Storms, but basically anything that's not the top 2 decks. Gadgets, Samurais, Agents, Gravekeepers. Right after Regionals, I actually lost this from my side, and I started losing to Gravekeepers a lot. It was ridiculous. Dark World, anything you see that's not really the top 2 decks, Trigunities, if it's not one of those decks, this needs to go in. Like, this card is still a mate. Well, not Mermails. Don't put it in against Mermail. But put it in against the other decks. Fires. Oh, Dinos. Like, that kind of stuff. Ask for only 1 MST. And, like, this is something I definitely wanted to touch on. Some people have been like, how can I have comboed off consistently enough? I need to make clear, the point of my deck is not to combo off. I summoned the Queen like 4 times the entire day at Regionals. So I don't need things like Mystical Space Typhoon to facilitate comboing off. Being honest, I think that that's a bad idea anyway, because that means you're relying on blind Mystical Space Typhoons to clear your way, and they can still have Valor and Maxi, or Scarecrow in some decks. It's not worth, like, even if you were comboing off, MST is not the way to do it. But this, like, I have it in for Gravekeepers, Dark Worlds, Skill Drain, and Macro. But, so, like, and that goes to me only playing Mufuli also. That card is, and I've had this conversation with a number of people since the event, and here's the thing. If your plan is to go into the big combo with either TG Warwolf, Instant Fusion, like those type of plays, so the play, you all know it. Mutefully, with a 3, go into Invoker. You bring out the Messengelado with Hoot and Invoker. You get the Queen. Thing with that play, there's no type of stop that doesn't stop what that play does. Veiler, Maxi, Bottomless, Torrential, Compulse, Fiendish, Breakthrough Skill, both the Solemns, Book of Moon. I'm trying to remember. I remember thinking there was like 1 or 2 more.
Emptiness.
Yeah, Vanity's Emptiness. And then maybe there wasn't another one. But that basically any stops in a deck that's will stop what that combo does. That's so inconsistent. Like, and so that since that's why people are playing multiple Mews, it doesn't make any sense. Because you're hoping your opponent doesn't have anything. That's a terrible plan. They will. Even if they won't in any individual game, they will over the course of a 9-round tournament. Like, so you're going to lose to just random stops all over the place. Your chances of topping anything are really low. You have to get so that's why I'm only playing 1. I'm mostly playing this to either get, like, I mean, I actually made that play once during the day, mostly with Mew. I do it to handle the Messengelados that I get in my hand, or the Pudding Cess, but because Mew can do any of that, I can just choose to add him at any given point with Ticket or Match, which is why I play him. I'm not playing him towards some grand combo. My winning, and actually we're going to be uploading a duel to this effect, but I just, when I play Dragons or Spellbooks, I am completely locking the board down. I'm not trying to combo into any type of Xyz. Like, for Heavy Storm, I sided in against Evil Storms for whatever game I'm going second. So of the big decks, and then same with Spellbooks. Whatever duel I'm going second, I'll side this in. Outside of that, I'll just like play it against rogue stuff that like plays kind of like my deck, just other stun decks. And then siding things out. One thing against right now, I'm maining 2 Scrap Irons, and it's been working phenomenally. I can't believe I wasn't before. And this is another card people have talked about. I mean, I feel like if you haven't tried it, if you're a good player and you try it, you'll love it. This card is so good. But against Evil Swarms, I'd play 3 against Evil Swarms if I could. If I had the room. Evil Swarms, yeah, Spellbooks side both of them out. Another one, like, and I feel like I've seen people leave them in, I don't get this. So I'm going to show you my Spellbook side, like how I would side out for Spellbooks. Like, the weird stuff. I side out both Bottomlesses. This card is not good against Spellbooks. Yeah, it sucks. I'm still playing both Lances. Another card I dropped right after Regionals, I had to put it back in. It creates weakness, like it is decent against all of the big decks, and it creates problems with anything that's not the big decks when I take it out. It's just, Madolche Knights, I'm down to 1, but I would side this out against anything that's not one of the big decks. Like, yeah, because you don't really need it. Well, not anything. I keep it in against Mermails, which I guess could be considered one. But things like Dinos, Fires, Gadgets, I side that out. Against, oh, right, Spells. That's another one that goes out. One of those. I can see how it might seem like it's good. You can bounce their monster for Fate, but you can just chain Fate at any point. There's almost no time when this is going to be useful, unless you're bouncing Breakers, I guess. I don't. A card I've recently, my deck, like I said, has changed. I'm getting ready for Nationals. A card that I've added is just TD Striker, no Werewolf, but I play 1 Striker. I've gone back and forth. Maybe come Nationals, I'll end up taking him out. I don't know. Right now, I needed it for Spellbooks. Like, I have to, so I put the Naturias in my extra deck. I need it for Spellbooks. I am going ready for spellbooks this time as opposed to hoping. Pudding Cess, it handles this deck. One of the only things that beats me for dragons, it's Heavy Storm and Royal Decree. This handles one of them. I mean, she's amazing. She handles like one of the biggest threats, and other random people aside Royal Decree too. Like, and she's there, like waiting. I think that's it. Oh, I'm down to 1 Mirror Force. Don't play 2 Mirror Forces. It's like, that's good, but like, it's better against dragons, worse against spellbooks, and I'm like if you're trying to like mitigate things against spellbooks. Oh, one thing against evil swarms, like, and I don't know how other people play against evil swarms. Whatever game I'm going, so if they're going first, I keep in 2 Max Cs and lose the other Thunder King because I'm maining one siding one. Then whatever game you're going first, keep this in. Whatever game you're going second though, side them out. I do a lot of that, siding different between games 2 and 3. I feel like most people should. I think that's something everyone does. Alright, so until next time. If anyone has any questions or like wants to talk to me about Madolches, because I love talking about Madolches right here. So, yeah, just PM me. It's Pudding Cess 07 on Duelie Network. I'm on testing all the time, getting ready for Nats. And then same thing on YouTube. Yeah, I'm Pudding Cess 07. So yeah, Team Durable. Thanks much.